Hi everybody, it's Michael Redden again. I'm an estate planning attorney here in Minnesota, and I'm going to answer another very common question in this video. I'm often asked, should I have a will or should I have a trust? And I tell everybody, it depends. That's the lawyer's favorite answer, right? But basically speaking, it depends really on how much control you want and what situation in life that you're in. If you want just a will, that's fine. That means that you're not going to have as much control. If you don't have a trust anywhere in your estate plan, you're not going to do things like hold money away for minor kids. You're not going to be able to plan for special needs. You're going to have to just give that money right out to your heirs, and that might not be what you intend. They might not be ready for it, but we can get those things taken care of and get them done in a will. And when you're young in life, you don't have kids, you don't have a lot of assets, a lot of times that is good for you. If you're older and you've spent most of your assets down in retirement, maybe that's all you need then. But there are going to be times where you have young kids, maybe special needs folks, or a lot of different kinds of things that you want to put protections on. That's what a trust is for. A trust gives you more control. You can say, I want you to hold that stuff there, Mr. Trustee, and I don't want my kids to be trust fund babies, trust fund kids. Look at what they're doing. If they're employed, if they're doing these things, if they're doing what's right, then I want you to give them that money to do their things. Or you can say, I only want this money to be for education. Or I just want this money to go out there if they can't pay for it themselves, or just give it to them when they need it. You can say give it at ages 2. That's definitely another option with inside a trust. But another big thing is the asset protection that's there, especially in Minnesota. We have the Uniform Trust Code, but we didn't adopt a few provisions. If the trust is written properly, then it can't be used for divorce. I mean, if your child gets a divorce, the other spouse can't come in and try to get what's in the trust. It can't be used for child support or alimony. That's the kind of thing that's done if the trust is written properly. Another thing is if your child gets sued or they get down on bad times, they won't be able to invade that legacy, and maybe more will be around for your grandkids and things later, or the child can come and get some more money out of the trust when their situation improves, or they'll give it just to them, but the creditor can't just come and get it. And those are some benefits that you're going to get from a trust. Also, some people are kind of concerned because if you die and you give everything to your wife or your husband, well, that person might remarry. And if they remarry and then you don't have things in a trust, things are going to go by their new will. And if they don't remember to get a will, or they don't change beneficiary designations, that stuff's going to go where you didn't want it to go. Most people, when they get married, just like the first time you were married, are going to say, when I die, give everything to my spouse, and what's left over go to the kids. That's the stuff that you had, and now it's being spent by someone that's not your spouse while they're alive, and whatever's left might go to your kids. That might be something you don't want. No plan is perfect. There are always going to be wrinkles, things that come up, and we can't plan for every contingency. Everything under the sun can't be planned for. We can plan for the most likely things and most big things. And remember, it's going to change through your life. You may want a will at some point, then a trust. Later on, you might want to change that trust or just get rid of it altogether and go back to a will. These things are accepted. Estate planning is going to mean different things in different parts of your life. You need to review it. You need to change it. Make sure it does what you want it to do. And that's really the most important thing. A plan that does what you want and a plan that you will follow. And that's the reason you should decide based on a trust or on a will or vice versa. And I hope that answers your questions.